Hi, it's Craig Haskell, author of Syndication Wealth, and I'm also founder of the Value Hunt Academy, where we teach you how to raise money to syndicate those great deals you find. So I want to talk to you about the most important thing that you need in your business. So I want to welcome you to this video on the secrets to creating a persuasive pitch book that attracts investors. And guys, this is a topic that I'm immensely passionate about. I just believe in it so much that I want to spend some time talking about it, okay? And so you might be asking, well, why is that, Craigie boy? Well, let me answer that question with a question. So, why do you think so many people are trying to raise money but are struggling? Why? Think about all the folks who would love to have a pile of money to buy all those great deals that they come across. Right? Why are they struggling to get started? Or think about this. Why do many new syndicators fail to raise money to close their deals? Well, I want to talk about this. Some people are getting it right, but most are not. And I've noticed that people are doing the wrong things. Yeah, they're doing the wrong things. Don't you want to do the right things? Don't you want to do it the right way? Raise money? Of course you do. And it's easy if you know how to do it. But first, let me show you the wrong way to do it. Okay, so what's the number one reason, whether you're new or you're experienced syndicator, what's the number one reason syndicators fail? Think about it. Now, if you're a Value Hunt member, you're probably going to know the answer to this. But survey says number one reason syndicators fail is because they're chasing rabbits all over the place. Come on. Think about where you are right now. Are we chasing rabbits? Yeah, we are. And because of that, we don't have any focus. And because we don't have any focus on what it is we're doing, we don't have any confidence in what we're doing. We lack the confidence. We don't have a plan. We don't have a system or a process to follow. We're flying by the seat of our pants. We're just running all over the place trying to catch something, right? So I ask you, are you chasing rabbits? Whatever it is you're doing in your business life, your personal life, are you chasing rabbits? Well, I think you agree it's a big problem, a big problem. New syndicators who are trying to raise money have no focus. They have no focus. And you know what? People without focus only get tired from running all over the place. They never get going. And if they do, they usually fail. So you need focus. So here's another big reason, a huge reason actually, new syndicators fail. They find that they need to go out and find a deal first before they have a pool of investors ready to invest. They have no process. They skip phase one of the money raising process entirely. And because of this, it creates lots of fears and roadblocks to raising money. They don't have the confidence because they don't have the process. So here's what many new syndicators do when trying to raise money to syndicate their deals. They spend all their time searching for a deal. A deal that they kind of stumble across because they probably chasing rabbits, right? They didn't know specifically what they're looking for, but they found a deal that they think pencils. So they contract for the property. They put it on a contract. They tie it up. That's what they do. That's what they think. They got to have a deal. Let's put it on contract. And then we're going to go out and try and raise money. And you know what? They're stressed out because they've got limited time on their contract to go out and find those investors so they can put their syndication together. I mean, think about when you got started, or how you see this process. Did you think you needed to go out and find a deal first before you had the money lined up? Is this a process that you saw? And I'd say you probably did, because if you're like 99% of the syndicators that I speak with, that's how they see the program. That's how they see the process. You have to have a deal before you find investors. That's what most people think. Well, you just started in phase 2. This is phase 2 of the process, of the money raising process. You forgot phase 1. And that's why we're different. We actually start in phase 1. That's right, phase 1. Phase 1. That's where we start, because that's all about building your pool of investors. Before you start looking for a deal to buy. Because if you have some excited investors that like what you're doing, you start to pool investors. You start to cultivate them before finding a deal. And if you do this, it'll increase your chance of success in phase number 2, right here. So the process is, step 1 is build your pool of investors. And then we're going to go over here. Once we have enough investors we feel like excited about what we're doing, we're going to go to step 2. Find the deal. And then we're going to go down here. Let's see, step 2. And then we're going to go down here to step 3, and we're actually going to raise the money. I mean, can you see how much easier it would be if you had investors lined up and if you followed this process? Your pool of investors are waiting for you to give you money. And you can quickly raise money. You're not stressed out through the entire process. So you need a money raising process to follow, step by step. It's easy. So we've learned that we're not going to chase rabbits, right? We're going to focus on one rabbit. We're going to build our syndication business around that one rabbit, at least in the early stages. That's going to be our expertise. That's our expertise. So what do we need to do? We need to create a game plan. We need to create a game plan on how we're going to bag that one rabbit. So let me walk you through a fishing story. A fishing plan. Fishing for investors or fishing for deals, right? So let's say that we start with the typical syndicator fishing trip. We're in Arizona. So let's say we're in Arizona. So let's say we're going to have a lake here, and a lake here, a lake here, a lake here, and a lake here. Let's call this one here Blue Lake. Let's keep it simple here. Red Lake, I don't know, orange, sound like a good flavor. Let's call Black Lake. And then finally, let's call it Green Lake. These are all Arizona lakes, right? And so the typical syndicator fishes for all the lakes at all the time. They're just going out there fishing, trying to catch fish. They don't really have any specialized knowledge of a specific lake. They don't have any deep knowledge on a specific fish that they're trying to catch. They don't have a real strategy to catch fish. They don't have a plan. They don't have any focus. Well, yeah, they have a shotgun approach. They're out there trolling for any kind of fish that'll bite, or just dropping their line in the water and hoping for the best. That's the wrong way. If you want to catch a lot of fish, if you want to find great deals, if you want to bag a lot of investors, that's the wrong way. So let's look at the right way. Let's look at the wealthy syndicator fishing trip. And really, the wealthy syndicators are going to pick a lake to specialize in, right? They're going to pick a lake. And so let's call this Blue Lake. That's the lake they're going to specialize in. They're going to specialize in this one lake here in Arizona. And they're going to know it better than anything else. So we kind of draw a lake, and we got some land in here. And here's kind of the shores, right? And so that's going to be their specialty, Blue Lake. And so they need a type of fish they're going to go after. They're going to go after bass. That's what we're going to go after. And they're going to have a unique strategy to catch that fish because they have focus. They have focus. They're expert fishermen. They know where in the lake they're going to fish. They know exactly where they're going to drop the line. They know maybe on this shore right here, at a certain time of day, this is the best time to catch fish. They're going to know the best weather conditions. They're going to know the right hook to bring. They're going to know the right bait to bring. What do you need to have in your fishing box? All that stuff that they're going to know because they're specialists. And I got to tell you, raising money is all about telling our fishing story that we went through right here. And our fishing story is we're expert fishermen. We're specialists. And we're going to describe our fishing trip to our investors. What's our process to catch fish? How are we going to catch the fish? What's our secret formula, our unique hook and our bait? And actually, the way we're going to tell our story that I just went through is using our pitch book. Our pitch book. So let me ask you, you want to learn the right way to raise money? Sure you do. So here's the right way. You're looking at it right here to raise money. You got to have focus in your business. You need to create a pitch book. You got to create a business plan, your game plan to go out and catch fish. And so you need a tool, something you can use to show people that you have a plan on what lake you're going to fish in, what fish you're trying to catch, and how you're going to catch that. How are you going to do that? What's your strategy to catch fish? And right there, you can see you're looking at the cover of my pitch book, and my pitch book really is an informational package about my fishing trip. It's a story on how I'm going to make money with my investors. The lake I'm fishing in is Arizona, Nevada, and I also fish in California. The fish I'm trying to catch are middle market underperforming apartment buildings. And actually my strategy to catch those fish is to reposition properties to the rapidly growing Hispanic market. I actually use a community lifestyle approach where I add these unique features and services, and I put in some amenities to our properties. I actually take old tennis courts and turn them into soccer fields. My entire pitch book is built around this game plan. Now, when I present this game plan to my investors, they gain confidence in me and what I'm doing because I have a plan. I have focus. And this is the way you raise money. This is the right way to raise money. Now, earlier I spoke about building a pool of investors, right? When we talked about, the process to go through. And this is real important because this is the first step in the process. You're going to put together this pitch book and you're going to go out and get people excited. So it's real important, probably the most important part of this whole process and the very backbone of your syndication business is this first step. And it's the most important step to building investors. So what I want to do is I want to quickly walk you through the process to building your pool of investors. And so remember we said we were going to start in phase one? So let's break down phase one. Phase one was building your pool of investors, right? That's the process. There's actually 4 steps to that process. And the first thing you're going to do, like I just mentioned, is you're going to create your pitch book. Right? You're going to create a pitch book around your investor strategy. How are you going to make money for investors? Right? So you're going to build your pitch book around that. And then you're going to build your list of potential investors. You're going to dig in your contacts. You're going to create a list of people that you think might like to invest in your real estate or might want to invest with you. Next, you're going to conduct investor meetings. You're going to go out and meet people on your list. You're going to talk to them about your pitch book. You're going to get them excited. And that takes us to the next step. You're going to build your investor database. The ones that are excited about your business plan and what it is you're going to do to make money for them, they're going to go in your database. So that when you find a deal, you have somebody that's excited about what you're doing. You already have a pool of investors that are excited about what you're doing. Ultimately, you're setting your investors up. They, in a sense, get teased. When you find a great deal, you've set them up. You'll be able to say, hey, remember that great strategy we talked about in my pitch book? Well, I finally found the perfect deal for us to load the boat. I got to say, if you follow this process, you'll make the money raising process much easier and much quicker and safer. You'll know where the money's coming from to close your deal. You're not going to stress out. So as you go through this process, you're really in no rush to follow this process, but you got to follow this process. It's real important. So let me ask you, want to learn the right way to raise money? So I'm looking forward to working with you and take your business to the next level. Go ahead, go for it, and reach for the stars.